Hello and welcome. This is Ken Heaston on air in the evening news. It's great to be with you this evening. And this week we've been kind of working on using your Facebook fan page and your blog together to build sales funnels so that you can collect leads for your network marketing business or direct sales business. And also so you can make some money along the way to fund your business as you build your team. And we've covered quite a bit of ground so far this week, but tonight I want to really zero in and focus on a thing called congruency. Okay, and let me tell you the effect of incongruency. And what happens with incongruency is that you're going to put up an ad and you're not going to get very many clicks, and Facebook is going to end up charging you a lot of money per click because not very many people are clicking on it, and uh, all the way through the funnel, you're not going to have really good results. Okay, and what that means is like whatever people see on the ad that makes them click to start with, whenever they get to the next page, which is probably going to be your opt-in page, the message is probably not congruent. Okay, so they're kind of seeing something a little bit different when they hit the opt-in page than they saw in the ad that interested them, and so they're not opting in. You know, and then of the few that do opt in, then maybe when they go to your landing page, well, you know, it's a little bit more like oranges when they had been looking at apples, and it's like, how does this fit together? And they get more confused, and just more and more people drop off, and you don't get them to the end of your funnel. That's what happens. They don't ever make it to the end of your funnel. So you're paying more for your ads because Facebook doesn't like it that people aren't clicking on your ad, and you're paying more and you're getting less results at the other end, and probably you can even have no results at the other end. So that's the effects of incongruency. So I saw this ad, and I noticed it last night when we were on broadcast, and a lot of my friends have really liked this ad. If you can see, there's a huge big list there of my network marketing friends that have liked this ad. So what we're going to do is we're going to check this for congruency and see if we can make a case study out of it. So we looked at the sign, entrepreneurship, really good image, excellent image, good idea fodder for you to build a really good image that catches people. And then the simple headline, empower your dreams. Okay, and then a little bit of stuff in the content here to build on that. uh, Pretty solid call to action: join my certification program and begin. Okay, so let's click on it. Let's see what it's like. Loading, loading, loading. Okay. All right, now
Hi, Kelly
I have
Ballasalla
not
here, and I'm with.
I have not clicked on this before, so this was just kind of a shot. I wanted to see, how congruent is this? Okay, so this is a nice looking page. White backgrounds are clean and nice, and you can do this on your blog. You can have this wrapper around here can be white, and you can make a page on your blog that looks just exactly like this. Okay, um, so, it's like a lot of the other blog pages that we've kind of showcased in the past. There's a headline, there's a video, and there's an opt-in form. Okay, it's pretty basic. The reason that they're all like that is because it works. Okay, this works. Okay, this helps convert people. Okay, so let's just take a look at the congruency now. Here was the ad: empower your dreams, entrepreneurship. That's kind of what caught people's eye. I mean, these people, my friends, this huge list of friends, they all like this stuff. And so they're thinking, cool. And a lot of them may even know John C. Maxwell. Okay, he's a public figure. He's got 1,355 likes, so there's a good chance a lot of people already know John Maxwell, and so they're clicking on his ad there. So you go over here. Looking to maximize your influence and secure your personal and financial well-being, increase your worth first, then your wealth potential. And it's the Maxwell team. Okay. Now, quite honestly, um, when it comes to the headline, we looked at this, and this is a short, punchy headline. Okay. I don't see the congruency here between the headline and the headline here. Okay, I don't see it. Now, on a lot of the case studies that we've already been on, you can see it. I mean, it says exactly the same thing in this headline that it said in the ad headline. Okay, the reason I think that so many people are interested in this and it probably is converting well is simply the man, John Maxwell, right here. They know him. They know what he's about. They know what kind of products and training he has, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, I want part of that." You know, so they're clicking on his ad, and that says a lot about, you know, branding yourself and getting in front of a lot of people, and the end result of that. Okay, problem is most of us aren't in that spot yet. We don't have 1,350,000 some thousand people that know, like, and trust us yet. Okay, so having this congruency from your ad over to your headline here is what we're talking about, and we really don't see it in this ad. I don't know. This is my news feed, so let's just kind of take a look, and we might have something else pop up here. There's Jimmy Houston. Okay, here's Outbrain. I don't know. Drive more readers to your content. Let's just see. Take a look at it. It's about content. Okay. Drive more readers to your content. Probably has something to do with blogging. It's talking about low cost per click, high click through rate. Let's see what it says. Reach new audiences with Outbrain Amplify. Okay, get your content delivered on the world's top media sites. So it's talking about, syndicating your content. So it's not too bad. That's fairly congruent. It's not bad at all. Here's Distractify. I don't know so much about that. Let's see if there's a. Let's see if there's something here. A lot of stuff we don't care anything about. Here's one. I'm not sure what higher optical profits would be about, but, and I don't know Jerry Hayes, but let's just see where it goes. Okay, this is really good. I mean, take a look at the ad. Download free blueprint for higher optical profits. Now, that might make you curious enough to say, I don't know what optical profits are. The image isn't bad. It's got him on there. It's so. I don't know. Uh, but when you go to the landing page or the opt-in page, yeah, get your free blueprint and video series on higher optical profits now. So now you can find out more. If you're curious to start with, you're curious enough to find out more. Well, this is a good little landing page, and it's congruent. Okay, so that's the effect of congruency throughout your funnel. And as they go through this funnel, it should stay completely congruent to, in this case, probably higher optical profits. You're going to learn more and more and get more and more interested as you go through the funnel. So what I'd like to do now is just share with you, just a real, the real deal about, the rewards for being congruent. Okay, and you know, I'll surely admit I am not a Facebook ad expert. Okay, but quite honestly, some of the people that you see out there that you think would be experts, one of two things is happening. Either they're trying a lot of things and picking out what works and going with that, or they're having somebody else do the same thing. Okay, so in the end, you know, Facebook is kind of like the big box stores. At night a whole shift comes in and changes everything around in the whole store. Well, that's the way Facebook is. They got people all over the world working all day and all night, and all they do is change things. Okay, so you really never become an expert in Facebook marketing, but what you can do is try a whole bunch of different things and see what works and then go with that. And here's an example of one that worked out pretty well for me, okay? Um, I spent a little bit of money on this campaign, and this was one of the video type ads like I showed earlier in the week where I made a post on my blog. It was a video of me. It was a short video. I just asked a question and made a statement and told them, hey, if you want to know more about this, you want to learn, you know, more about this, click the link, and go over and take a look. And so that's what my ad was like, okay? And it was congruent. It was like the question that I asked. Well, when they went to the next page, my opt in page, I had a short video on there. It was a little bit longer than the one on the Facebook ad, but I went ahead and expounded on the question that I'd asked. I began to give some answers, and get the ball rolling, with uh, what I had there. And so then uh, the way I left it on that video was, I can only cover so much here in this short video, but if you really want to know what I'm talking about, put in your name and email, and I'll give you a set of videos that'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. I can go into it in a lot of detail and I'll deliver it to your email. You know, so in that way, I was able to get, a good amount of opt-ins on this campaign. Now, here's what I wanted to show you. I spent $261 on this campaign. I reached out and I got out there to 21,190 people. Okay, and now if you look at my click-through rates, this is people clicking on the actual ad and that I'm running. They weren't that great. They were just yeah. So I mean, I've had click-through rates up over 9%. Even up into the teens. You can get some really good click-through rates, and these, they were just so-so. But even at that, the results were really good, and the best meter that you can get is how much does Facebook charge right here per engagement, okay? And what this means is that they only charge me 4 cents every time somebody engaged with my ad. And that is phenomenal. I mean, it's like if you can get engagements on your ad at that price and then have a reasonably good click-through rate and people opting in and getting what your offer is, and moving on through your funnel, then you've got a winning campaign, a winning funnel, okay? Because your costs are low and you're getting them clear to the other end of the funnel and you're getting what you want out of it, okay? So that is the rewards of congruency. Whatever is in your ad, in this case it was my little video, well, when they click on it, then what follows should just build on that. It should be exactly, what you promised and more. And then as you move through the funnel, you just continue doing that. You don't get off track onto some other weird tangent. You know, you stay congruent all the way to the end of the funnel. That's the rewards of congruency. And as we went through earlier in the week, what that comes from is starting at the end, starting at where you want people to end up and build backwards and develop your images, your videos, your headlines and USPs first before you start building your funnel out, and then you'll be able to keep people moving through your funnel and have really good results. So that is all I have for you tonight. This is Ken Easton on air, and the evening news, and this topic tonight about congruency and flow through your funnel is tremendously important. So, study up on it and make it part of your business plan. And I will see you tomorrow night.